Well, the opening of the Pioneer Woman Mercantile is a huge event in and of itself. But what about the bigger picture? How are businesses, people, and the city of Pawhuska affected by this big name attracting all the crowds? In a word, it's thankful, but also mindful they need to build upon the Pioneer Woman's success. Our Blaine Singletary has their story.
The Mercantile might be bringing everyone to the small, once quiet town of Pawhuska, but it's far from the only place those people are going.
They're standing in line, and while they're standing in line, one person holds the place in line and the rest of them come shop.
That's Cathi. She runs a clothing shop inside the Tallgrass Gallery, just across the street from the Pioneer Woman Mercantile. And while things are bustling today, she still has fresh memories of the store's humble beginnings.
I've been here for 5.5 years. There was a group of 8 women that had separate booths in a little store 2 doors down, and we just tried to provide things that weren't in the town. There was no place to buy clothing.
Now, with tens of thousands of people flocking to Pawhuska every month since the Merc opened in November, businesses like Cathy's have had a slew of new customers they've been all too happy to accommodate.
So it's been amazing. We help them with information around town about where to go and what to do. They say that once the money comes into a town, it passes at least 3 times through the town before it's gone. So everybody's benefiting from it.
Obviously that does improve the foot traffic for your community. You get a lot of tourists in. They get to see the other things that are happening here.
Bruce Carter is the owner of the Tallgrass Gallery.
All ships rise with the tide. The tide's risen, but it's up to us to keep it going.
The opening of the Mercantile might have changed this downtown district overnight, but taking advantage of this sudden growth spurt is going to take a lot of continued effort.
I think that for a small town, sometimes the stars have to align. But those stars don't align without people working in the background and having a vision or a goal. Pawhuska probably for 12, 13 years has been trying to become an arts destination. And I think what happened here is with redrumming, the stars aligned. And we were able to make that happen. But it's been people working in the background, working hard, believing in something. We don't talk about visions in Pawhuska anymore, we talk about goals. You know, we don't talk about problems, we talk about creative opportunities.
And one of the many people working in the background on those goals and opportunities is Joni Nash, Executive Director of the Pawhuska Chamber of Commerce.
It all goes back to just a spirit of excitement and anticipation of what's going on now, but what's also to come.
Like anyone who's come across a major windfall, Nash says the key objective now is not to blow it.
All of a sudden we do have all this organic growth and stimulation, but we want to maximize the potential. And looking outside, we've tapped into partnering with those resources as far as getting those investors and getting those promoters here to talk Pawhuska outside of Pawhuska and bringing the right people here.
And of course, all those meals and merchandise serves up a heaping helping of sales tax revenue, to the tune of an extra $20,000 per month. Mike McCartney is the Pawhuska City Manager.
For, rural communities like ours, it means a lot to us. I mean, we have to have that to keep everything going, as most communities, rural communities in the state are struggling right now, and it will help us out a bunch.
And long before that money started pouring in, the city and its chamber have had a long wish list.
We pushed the downtown. We started our streetscape plan back in 2010. So we've been pushing. We could never have gotten to this point, I don't think, for sure this fast without the Drummonds, stepping up. When we reopened our door, it came, and it came fast.
And that's why at the top of this list is infrastructure. Mike says some of what's currently in place is estimated to be over 100 years old. All these new people need all manner of new facilities.
It hasn't really caught us off guard, but you just don't know until they get here just what you're going to need. Restroom facilities. You have that many people and they're standing in line, they need a restroom at some point through there. Getting back and forth across Main Street, which is Highway 60, we've had to really watch that.
Thanks to an ongoing partnership with Tri-County Tech Center, which has already helped train and staff positions in the Merc, they'll be able to facilitate this much-needed update for the city, allowing them to focus on their big dreams, like a new, bustling downtown with more residential, commercial businesses, and nightlife. And Joni Nash says people can't wait to get started.
I have calls constantly now of interest that are wanting to come to Pawhuska and wanting to find out what it takes to get a business downtown. There's really great investors that are stepping up and coming into our community.
While change, especially one that's taken hold this fast, is never easy, Bruce Carter says it's essential for this rural community to continue growing and thriving.
Without struggle, there's no progress. And sometimes people would like things to remain the same, but things don't remain the same. And I think you would find a very small minority in Pawhuska are not appreciative of what's happening here. We went from being a very small, rural backwater community to being Disney World. And you have to pay to do that. It's pay to play.